The Canon EOS R100 Mark II is one of those cameras that instantly makes you stop and reconsider what you thought you knew about entry-level photography gear. For years, the mirrorless market was dominated by high-end bodies priced well above $1,000, which meant beginners, students, and casual creators often had to settle for outdated DSLRs or rely on their smartphones. Canon has clearly noticed that gap, and the R100 Mark II is their answer. At just $699 with a kit lens, it's not only affordable but also remarkably capable, giving newcomers the tools they need to capture professional-looking images and videos without overwhelming them with complexity or draining their wallets. The first impression when you pick it up is just how compact and lightweight it feels. At under 400 grams, it's a camera that practically begs to be carried everywhere. If you've ever hesitated to bring a bigger DSLR or full-frame mirrorless on a trip because of the size and weight, the R100 Mark II feels like freedom. It slips easily into a small bag and doesn't add much more weight than a bottle of water. Yet despite the light build, the grip feels comfortable and secure, the buttons are logically placed, and the interface is classic Canon, intuitive, simple, and beginner-friendly. It never feels stripped down in a frustrating way. Instead, it feels purposefully designed for people who want to spend more time shooting and less time diving through menus. Under the hood, it's equipped with a 24.2-megapixel APS-C sensor powered by the Digic 8 processor. While this isn't Canon's newest processor, it performs very well in this body. The images it produces are crisp, detailed, and colorful in a way that clearly sets them apart from phone snapshots. Canon's renowned color science is at work here, delivering lifelike skin tones and rich, balanced colors that rarely need heavy editing. Whether you're shooting portraits, landscapes, or casual family snapshots, the files coming out of the R100 Mark II are pleasing straight out of camera. Low-light performance is solid for a crop sensor body at this price. With ISO up to 25,600, you can confidently shoot in indoor settings or evening street scenes without drowning your images in noise. While it doesn't rival the noise handling of full-frame cameras like the Canon EOS R6 Mark III, the images are surprisingly clean up to ISO 6400. For someone upgrading from a phone, this feels like unlocking a new level of possibilities. Suddenly, indoor and night shots don't look like muddy messes. One of the biggest highlights is the autofocus system. Canon's dual-pixel CMOS AF has been scaled into this camera, and even at this entry-level tier, it's impressive. The face and eye detection tracking makes shooting portraits or videos incredibly simple. Your subject stays locked on, even if they move around, which is a huge relief for beginners who might otherwise miss focus. Parents trying to capture kids running around the yard, students filming themselves for TikTok or YouTube, or travelers snapping spontaneous street shots will all appreciate how easy it is to trust the autofocus. For a camera in this price range, that reliability feels like magic. When it comes to video, the Canon EOS R100 Mark II offers more than enough for creators starting out. It shoots 4K at 24 frames per second, delivering sharp, cinematic-looking footage, and full HD at 60 frames per second for smoother motion. The colors look beautiful right out of the camera, meaning you don't need to spend hours color grading in editing software. This makes it particularly appealing for vloggers or small creators who want professional-looking content but don't want to get lost in complicated workflows. Of course, there are limitations. 4K video comes with a slight crop, which can make wide shots tighter than expected, and there's no in-body image stabilization, which means handheld video can be a little shaky without a stabilized lens or gimbal. For professionals, these might be deal breakers, but for beginners who are just entering the world of video, these trade-offs are more than acceptable. Battery performance is another strength that shouldn't be overlooked. Canon rates it at around 430 shots on a single charge, but depending on your shooting style, you can often squeeze out more. For video, expect about 90 minutes to 2 hours of continuous recording. That's more than enough for most casual creators or hobbyists who just want to capture their day, and since the batteries are compact and relatively inexpensive, carrying a spare or two is easy and practical. Naturally, some compromises were made to hit the $699 price point. Aside from the lack of in-body stabilization and the cropped 4K video, the electronic viewfinder isn't as sharp as Canon's higher-end models, and the rear screen is more functional than premium. There's also no weather sealing, which means you'll want to be cautious in rain or dusty conditions. But none of these compromises feel unreasonable. In fact, they're smart decisions on Canon's part. They've left out features that beginners likely won't miss while keeping the performance and usability exactly where it needs to be. What makes this camera especially compelling is that it's part of Canon's RF mount system. This means that while the R100 Mark II itself is aimed at beginners, it gives you access to Canon's expanding RF lens lineup. If you start with the kit lens and later decide you want to explore portrait photography, you can grab the RF 50mm f/1.8. If you're into landscapes or travel vlogging, the RF 16mm f/2.8 is a great match. And down the line, if you decide to upgrade to a more advanced Canon body, like the R7 or R6 Mark III, all those lenses will still work. That makes the R100 Mark II more than just a starter camera. It's an entry point into an entire system that can grow with you. Compared to competitors, Canon's strategy here makes even more sense. Sony's ZV-E10 is another strong budget-friendly camera, priced around the same range, and it offers impressive video features with no 4K crop. However, Sony's menus are notoriously complex, and for beginners, Canon's simplicity feels much more inviting. Nikon's Z30 is another rival, particularly popular with vloggers, but it lacks an electronic viewfinder altogether, making it less appealing for photographers. Fujifilm offers the XS20 at a higher price point, and while it's an excellent hybrid camera with IBIS and advanced video features, it costs significantly more, putting it outside the reach of many beginners. Against this backdrop, the Canon EOS R100 Mark II stands out as the best balanced option. It's accessible, capable, and backed by one of the strongest lens ecosystems in the industry. So who exactly is the Canon EOS R100 Mark II for? It's perfect for beginners who want to learn photography on a camera that won't intimidate them but will still produce images they'll be proud of. It's ideal for vloggers and content creators who want an affordable setup that delivers reliable video and beautiful colors straight out of camera. It's great for travelers who want to carry something lightweight but powerful, and it's perfect for families who want to capture everyday life without fumbling through complicated controls. It's not designed for professionals or advanced shooters who need 10-bit video, high burst rates, or weather sealing, but that's not the point. Canon built this camera for those who want their first serious step into photography and video, and in that role, it excels. The Canon EOS R100 Mark II is proof that you don't have to spend thousands to own a camera that can deliver real quality. At $699 with a kit lens, it combines solid photo performance, reliable autofocus, respectable video features, and an easy-to-use design into a package that makes mirrorless photography accessible to almost anyone. More importantly, it gives you room to grow within Canon's RF system, so it's not just a short-term purchase but the foundation of a creative journey. If you've been hesitating to move beyond your phone or upgrade from an old DSLR, this is the moment. The R100 Mark II is affordable, capable, and approachable in a way that few cameras in its class are. It doesn't just help you take pictures, it helps you build the confidence to explore photography and videography at a higher level. It's the kind of camera that proves great results aren't reserved for professionals with deep pockets. For the price, it's hard to imagine a better entry point into the mirrorless world. The Canon EOS R100 Mark II is more than just a budget camera. It's a gateway to better storytelling, better memories, and better creative expression. At this price, there are no excuses left. If you've been waiting for the right time to step up, that time is now.